What's up, guys? My name is Dominic, owner of Cuddles, Cards, Comics, and Collectibles, and today we're going to be reviewing the Graphics Industries 112 Back Alley diorama. When I first got the idea to order a custom diorama piece, I had a few expectations that were very important for me. I had limited space, so I knew it had to be for my 112 to 110 scale figures. It had to have modularity, it had to be very durable, and it had to be a quality print. And I thought the hardest part was going to be finding a 3D printer to work with my vision. Before any good project, I think it's a good idea to sketch it out. That way you have an idea of what you want to work with. So basically, I had already done it with Garrett from GRAFXIndustries, but basically this is what I normally do when I'm building my own dioramas. I've never 3D printed or ordered a 3D printed diorama before, so this was a new experience for me. I found GRAFXIndustries on Etsy through this post, and I started conversating with Garrett. You can pause and go through the conversation if you want, but I'll basically summarize it. Essentially, when I first messaged Garrett, I asked him if he'd be willing to do a custom 3D piece, and he told me he'd been considered doing that for a while, and I was going to be the first person to do one with him if that would be okay. So I gave him a general idea of the shape and design I was going for with dimensions I measured out on my desk. Garrett continued to ask me how many doors and windows I'd want, and we continued to expand on ideas together. And I quickly realized that the first person I messaged was the right person, because the first 3D rendering he sent me was such a high quality, I was shocked. And it made me believe that we could do something maybe 2-story, and he sent me a 3D rendering of that. So I edited this for Garrett. I edited this picture with a drawing and sent it back to him, and bless him for seeing this drawing and continuing to work with me, because I was truly embarrassed. We continued to toss around ideas like maybe manhole covers or stuff like that, and he sent me the one with the floor and said it would be easy to have a sidewalk or floor, back alley, whatever you want to consider it. I began to question the ability to do a 3rd story for maybe rigidity issues, and he said that was not a concern of his at all. He said it would be fairly rigid as many floors as we went up, so I continued to do that. And I was just shocked at the quality of this 3D rendering. I knew this was going to come out absolutely amazing. Here he's showing me the different color options for the windows, and I get to decide what frames I wanted and what color doors and etc. This is the final build sheet Garrett sent me with the dimensions, which were the most important part for me, because I want to know what I was working with, if I had enough space, if I overdid it. The delivery time was only about maybe a week, maybe a week and a half. It came very fast. It was packaged very professionally. I have experience in the past assembling model cars and airplanes and military vehicles and ships. I had never put together something to this magnitude, so I wasn't sure what to expect and was concerned about the difficulty level, and Garrett said that it shouldn't be an issue for me if I've done things like that. He was working on making the directions as easy for everybody to understand as possible. About a step up from Legos, but not as difficult as a model car. When unboxing day came around, I opened the boxes and everything was stored perfectly. Everything was labeled and everything was organized perfectly by size. When I went through the instructions and double checked to see if everything was there, it was so easy. I tried to take pictures every 2 or so steps to show the progress as it came along as I was assembling the building. It went together fairly easily. It just snaps together. I got a little hiccup here, but I realized I was holding a piece upside down. Once I figured that out, I was just flying through the levels, and it was easy to pick it up by both sides and just bring it to the second level. I turned it 360 degrees, no problem to put the pegs in, and then I went up to the third level, no problem. I did this all by myself. I printed these wanted posters myself and designed them with various pictures I found online of, propaganda posters, if you will, for Marvel, G.I. Joe, and I made a few myself with my own picture in it. So here I put, some of my villains in it just for context of height and stuff, and it's really tall. It's about 3 feet tall. So here's some of the Marvel Legends that are bigger, and I can hang Spider-Man because of the way the top opens and closes. The windows open and close, the doors open and shut. He sent me these additional props of the fire hydrant, the garbage can, and the mailbox. Here it is with all my figures on it lit up at night. The G.I. Joe Classified guys mix so well with the Marvel Legends characters. I'm really happy with the way that turned out. Everyone I've showed this to has just been so amazed with the quality of the print. It has almost no print lines. There's almost no seams from the right angles. It's absolutely perfect. It's exactly what I envisioned in my head. I think it's exactly what Garrett envisioned from the 3D renderings. Garrett was such an easy person to work with. He was communicative. He was a fast responder. He was very professional. He sent me very detailed directions that were easy to follow. If you guys want to check out more of my music, it's available on BandLab, and it's just my name, Dominic Cuddle, on there. And there's about 20 songs I have finished, and a lot more I'm still working on. I did all the songs for this video today, and they'll all be available there. Some are available on my YouTube already.